happens here in the first sign of water that we're meeting? Before, there was one representative of fire in Aries, one earth sign, Taurus, one Gemini, air, and now we are covering them all for the first time. In Cancer, we are in the realms of water, and this is cardinal water that is very directional, very adamant. It has a particular agenda on its mind, and the tide really will turn now with Cancer, because eventually, with the signs that will follow after it, we're going to be repeating those stresses on the different elements one more time. Throughout the whole 12-fold zodiac, we have 3 times repetition of fire, earth, air, and water. Now we have certain completion going on, but also, when I say turning of the tides, this is something very similar going on here in Cancer as what we had with Taurus after Aries. The Taurus after Aries was a kind of reaction after action, like what we have here with Cancer after Gemini. Those feminine signs of the zodiac, Cancer being one of them, are always toning down, stepping down, or somehow limiting and making sure that what the previous sign was doing doesn't go out of hand, and that we can work with it, not allowing it to do so much that it's dispersing its energy without reason and without anything tangible being able to be achieved out of it. So one of the roles of Cancer is to put a stop to Gemini explorations and to now draw a circle. We can imagine it as a circle around us where we can operate in a more focused, in a more determined manner. Cancer is a lot about focalizing our strength and our abilities, being able to function within limits, because we need that in order to be able to achieve a more permanent result. A lot of things will sound a lot like Taurus, but here we are not in the material world, but more in the emotional world. As this is what water means, being able to connect with our words and through those unconscious realms where we have all something in common without even knowing it. And this sort of emotional communication is just as valid as all the rest of the ways that we can connect with one another. We do reach a climatic point in the year with Cancer, because from this point onwards, the day force is now going to give in a little bit, step by step, in the following signs. It's not going to be ruling the show unilaterally, but from now on, there is something collective entering the picture as well, and that's one of the disturbances for Cancer. This archetype feels a kind of instability, which is still very in the background, very unconscious, but it will do its best in order to overcome the fear that this brings into its consciousness. What we're having here is the night force lurking from the background. So that means certain social responsibilities, the need to mix with the collective or with another person, they come into the realm of attention of Cancer, and it can no longer be just a child playing around and experimenting. Now it is overwhelmed by a force which is greater than it and which needs to be addressed eventually. But first of all, we need to learn how to guard ourselves against the tide of emotional memories, feelings, connections with others, our own past and the past of those people that we're connected to. This all comes to us very quickly and very much as an inrush of energy, like a wave that Cancer, as a very sensitive energy, is very difficult to overcome just straight away. So we need to go through several different stages of growing up through feelings and being able to then strengthen our personality in yet another way, now through water.